to the game, man, because there's so many crazy picks. Martis in the roam position, Esmeralda in the jungle. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, hashtag Aurafire or hashtag Dream Rebellion in the chat. Support your team here as we jump in to the Land of Dawn. Fearless on the Esmeralda, actually gonna be able to clear faster than High.
Yeah, we can see Godiva on the Martis. This was his signature pick last season, so take away the Kadita and let's bring out the Martis is exactly what he's going for. And sorry, I'm getting a little focusing on his skin. It's reminding me of Magic Chess. I'm sorry.
I see.
This Magic Chess skin.
It's kind of getting distracted.
I'm getting distracted, guys.
But for Fluffy though, this matchup that was very dominant for him against an Esmeralda, now it's a Phobius, which is not as straightforward, but Aura here making the aggressive moves in the mid lane.
Oh, I don't know about this. Yeah, High is actually going to be forced back, and Fearless picks up an early lead to the game. He already has a Demon Slayer, so getting that extra Lethal Wanderer, clearing out faster, will have a significantly better time getting to level 4 faster than High.
In theory, from the composition that both teams have brought to the table here in game number 2, I feel like Aurafire should be able to utilize the momentum that they have, the early game aggression, understanding that not all of them are reliant on that level 4 power spike. But now you can see here, top side, actually, Rebellion, Zion with Fearless as well as Dyron are going to be able to take first blood here onto Fluffy.
We just talked about Fluffy being so aggressive in the lane, taking a lot of damage. That is exactly what happens yet again. He will lose a wave even, so Dyron will be very dynamic. He will be having a lot of advantage here, and that is not the man you want to have at the lead.
But already some history changes here. Fun fact by Grab, from the 4 times that Aurafire as well as Rebellion Zion have met, Rebellion has not been able to win a single game. A single game, not a single match. So if Rebellion Zion can actually take this game, that's going to be different for history. And once again, Rebellion Zion with the early pressure.
Uh-oh, High gonna get caught in the Dawning Light. Brought back, Demonic Force there by Dyron. With a John Naruto! What the heck? He brings 2 members back with I'm Offended. Godiva still able to run away with a real world inflation. Catching Dyron, still with the Demonic Force, is able to look for the trade. As Fluffy jumps in here, doesn't have the Abyssal Strike. There you go, uses it to secure the purple buff, but no damage onto the members of Rebellion. It's a 2-for-1.
Wow. It's a great performance from Rebellion here. Again, the early game planning, the early game execution is always so good. They see opportunities and they always capitalize. And then later on, though, that is where they struggle. High here, his cables, right? It's not bad, but there have been moments, critical moments, where he's been unable to land those cables, and that has costed him dearly, man.
It's going to be really tough, and High's using the viewer's passion onto the lane, getting himself some pressure, and he's going to use the pressure onto Godiva straight away here, going for the render shot too, but Godiva gets out. And again, I do want to mention this matchup, Beatrix versus Claude. Beatrix actually wins it out, especially now that Rebellion has so much map control. They can just keep on going bottom side, enabling the Beatrix to snowball even more.
And you can see that's exactly what they're going for. Rebellion Zion not allowing Kai to breathe at all. With Narco, always just that constant pressure onto him, but Godiva might be able to change something around. Kite is able to clear those lanes at least, so he won't be too far behind on that farm.
Dyron here is just, he's just chilling. He doesn't do anything too crazy. He's allowing Fearless to come in for the ganks because it is a utility jungler. So when the lanes are pushing, it's not necessarily a bad thing for Rebellion Zion unless an objective is to be contested, but Swalo here gets jumped on.
Let's see, Fearless with the falling Simon, able to lock 2 members in place as High is taken low to Dawning Light. Oh my god, it gets the shield and that's it. But Rebellion, whoa, solo kill up top as Fearless goes for the invade. He is going to be able to secure that purple buff top side. It was traded. Dyron diving all the way into the turret, but it does give the pressure over to Rebellion to secure the turtle. Again, very similar to game number 1. We will see though, they need to hold on to the lead once we get into that mid stage.
I believe.
I believe.
Come on, Rebellion Zion. Okay, so the turtle slain already by the Samsung Galaxy AC. So this is going to be the second turtle that Rebellion Zion is able to get without contest from the side of Aurafire whatsoever. The thing is, in game number 1, we saw Aurafire being able to be very patient, wait till they reach their power spike. So in game number 2 here, is there a particular power spike that we need to look out for Aurafire?
For Aurafire, they need a strong blazing duet for sure. And once Facehugger has 1 or 2 items, especially the Ice Queen's wand, they have a lot more utility. Because thus far, as you can see, right, Fearless as well as everyone else, they can just do whatever they want because there's no crowd control, no hard crowd control from the side of Aura Fire.
Oh, and there you go. Fearless diving deep, almost getting the kill, forcing the flicker out of the Martis now, and even forcing the real-world manipulation to be used at the bottom side as they go for the dive onto Tide, who's still able to outplay right here with the blazing duet, turning it back, but no kills on the board for Aura. He survives, and that's it. Most probably because he didn't have the golden staff yet.
Well, looking at the items right now for the side of Rebellion Zion, Clock of Destinies for both Phobius and Xavier. They have a very solid late game, and Facehugger has the Enchanted Talisman, and he has the magical, the tough boots, right, that allows him to withstand a bit more of the damage. The DAHS is completed for Kaid, but he will require that golden staff to have just that extra bit of more damage that he would need to try and burst down the backline of Rebellion Zion.
Fearless is being so relentless, and he's only been able to get that Enchanted Talisman. Imagine with what he can do with more items. Look at this high. We'll go aggressive onto highs here. It does seem like Rebellion Zion, they want this turret.
And they will get it. Tyron taking a turret, even jumping into that back line, just providing space for his team to get more pressure on the map. And they move over to that bottom side. Now that they have the mid turret, Arashi, they can just play for the turtle, you know, pushing the bottom side, pushing that mid lane, and it's going to be really tough for Aura Fire to actually go for the contest here.
They can take it one step further and use the turtle to bait Aura Fire and fight in the jungles. In those confined spaces, any kind of ultimate, Nibiru's Passion, any kind of Falling Star Moon, any kind of I'm Offended can land!
Oh, just as you say it, and even High is getting the render shot. Godiva, unfortunately for Rebellion Zion, is still able to survive that one. But again, a turn of 3 turtles, no contest, presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series.
That was just nasty, nasty combo by Rebellion Zion. I'm Offended landing, plus the Dawning Light, and even the render shot. It's just, that's what they have in their arsenal. Whereas Aura Fire, what kind of CC do they have other than the real-world manipulation slows?
They don't have a lot, that's the problem. They rely on the burst element of their composition to try and outmaneuver and outpace Rebellion Zion. With that being said though, fighting in the jungle will be very, very dangerous for them. Again, because there's so many AoE damage, there's so many crowd control elements on the side of Rebellion Zion.
Fearless, way too aggressive there, but Fluffy gets brought into the team. That was a shutdown, though. No, it wasn't. It was only 2 kills that Fearless had, so it's kind of still alright for Rebellion Zion. They do lose out on the jungler, but Aura Fire still in the game. Gotta be careful, Rebellion. Do not make the same mistake they made in game 1 if they want to close this game off.
It only takes 1 or 2 moments for Aura Fire to bring it back. With a 3,000 gold lead, it's easy to come back from it. So I do agree with you there, Miracle. They need to be disciplined, stay patient, understand, have the eyes on the prize. Though Wijinarko here goes in.
Oh, Chai gonna get caught in the I'm Offended. Dawning Light not connecting theirs. High is able to clear out the waves, but man, gets damaged, gets poked down by High. So much damage output already from the Beatrix. You can expect the heads of Aura Fire to fall, but you can also expect to get rid of all your dandruff and all of your problems with your hair, because with the Head and Shoulders, you guys can just have fluffy hair, just like Fluffy.
Just like Fluffy. And for Rebellion Zion, the late game here looks a lot more solid for them. They have a lot of poke, a lot of CC as well, so they can stop dives and they can engage and combo Aura Fire as well. So they are not as limited as in game number 1, where the Cult Altar is very much make or break for them, right? They can take it slow, they can poke down Aura Fire and not force anything. And even if Aura Fire, they're thinking, we can't just stay here and take poke just like that, just like Godiva has been chunked like that, then they can try and, maybe they'll try and go and force a fight, but Rebellion Zion, they have so much CC they can just put on the ground to just stop that dive.
Is it a different case to game number 1 here, Arashi? Are Rebellion Zion not reliant on their ultimates this time around?
Not as much for sure. I mean, they have a lot more spells, a lot more CC that is not part of any ultimate. So, yes, I'm Offended will be critical, but the Donor Wolf King will be enough to just delay Aura Fire enough for Highs as well as Raylo to just maybe kite back or even set up combos of their own. That is why it's so dangerous.
Oh, on the top side, Godiva able to use that anti-CC really, really well, dashing out to safety. Rebellion Zion, again, deja vu to game 1. Do not go for the forced fights. They have pressure here though, and High is at the bottom side. So it is an uncontested Lord presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series, secured by Rebellion.
I think right now,
4,000 gold lead, Arashi.
Aura Fire, I think it's best if they go and try and go for a split push because they have advantage, as we mentioned, in mobility, right? So maybe they have to try and use that instead because as far as team fights, as far as combos go, their composition isn't nearly good enough to try and contest Rebellion Zion, especially when the objectives are up, like the Lord, like the Turtle.
Even here, like, it's just getting really tough, Eternal. Like you mentioned, 4,000 gold lead. Does Aura Fire even have a chance to win team fights? Well, just as we mentioned it, they baited out a few abilities and High gets sniped down by the Dawning Light in the mid lane. Rebellion looking for an upset and looking to change the course of history right now as Fearless channels in that Falling Star Moon, charging it up, but they will not use it to engage just yet. Just using it to zone with the members of the Mystic Field is going to be able to catch Godiva. Tide getting sniped down by Highs. The brilliant runner shot as Phase Tucker's going to get caught by the I'm Offended, getting taken out by Highs as he flickers in with the Wesker. Rebellion Zion now up to a 7,000 gold lead.
Oh my god, and now Godiva goes in for a 1v5 situation, buys a bit of time with that flicker.
Oh.
But High gets obliterated here.
Fluffy's still able to jump in, but oh my god, that damage from Highs! 5 seconds on Tide, that's 1 minion, and Highs will be able to clear out the game, securing their first ever victory in a game against Aura Fire.
Finally, they've broken their loss streak. Rebellion Zion, they've done it, equalizing 1-1, forcing a game number 3 against Aura Fire, second in the standings.
Rules are meant to be broken, man, and this season,
I love it.
The season of upsets, it has not disappointed. Today, we see yet again another upset. Rebellion Zion finally getting their vindication against Aura Fire. It is now a best of 1, and they have a real chance of